Alright, a very good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're listening to me from, and welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Bonaventure. We are going to look at how to start coding using HTML, CSS, and then JavaScript. But before we continue, I would like us to download the file we are going to use. Though I already have it installed in my system, I have Sublime Text installed, I have Notepad++ installed, and I have VS Code installed in my system. But when it comes to CSS, Notepad, CSS, HTML, and then JavaScript, I prefer using Sublime Text. So let's go and download Sublime Text again. Open Google Chrome and then go to filehippo.com and press enter on the keyboard. On this search bar, click search for or type Sublime Text and press enter on the keyboard. This will come up. I have over 1,575 search results. So I don't want to go that far. As I've seen what I'm looking for, I click on the download button. Get rid of this. And then it will take you to this place. Here, click on this download link. This is a link for the download. Click on it and it will start downloading. Look at it here. It has finished downloading even because my network is very fast. If your network is not that fast, you may encounter error or maybe slow in network. So let's go ahead. Click on this to show the download folder or to show in a folder, or click on top of it or click open to open the file directly. Okay, let me open it directly. It's coming anywhere. So in this place, click yes. It said, do you want to allow this application to make changes in your device? Yes. Now let me minimize my browser. Select yes. And then next, accept the terms of usage. It's downloading. Trying to download some other things, other plugins. Okay, let me run it. If I like, I can select later, but let me run it. Now, yes, I can install Sublime Text now. Okay, this is ad blocker. If I click block, it will block this instruction I'm about to take. But for the fact I need it, let me click keep running. Let me keep running. And then click next, install. My Sublime Text is installing now. Now I finished installing. I can now click on finish. Okay, now that I've finished installing, open Sublime Text. When it opens the Sublime Text, it will open like this. Forget about, don't mind this unregistered whatever in the parentheses. That one is, I'm not after that. So I'm going to show you two things here now. First, I'm going to show you how to do the work manually by myself and how to use automated functions in this particular interface now. In this interface, first of all, how do I start writing my first code? Let me begin with HTML as a starter, or as someone that wants to start learning coding. You must have to start with HTML and then followed by CSS and then JavaScript. If you just jump to JavaScript without knowing HTML, you will be stuck on the road. If you jump to Python without knowing the basic, or CS or C++ or C#, Ruby, whichever one you want to do, you must start with I advise, it's not that you must, I advise you start with the very first program, which is HTML. So let me start with HTML in this place. I can open, this is greater than or less than sign. If I put my HTML, close the bracket, I will close the HTML file or HTML tag. This is called HTML tag as it is now. It's a tag, HTML tag. What tag? HTML tag. Let me close the tag. When I want to close the HTML tag, I must have to use / and then before HTML and then close the bracket. Now whatever thing I'm going to be doing again in my website must be in between opening and closing HTML tag. So I'll stand here and press enter. Probably press tab. The next thing I'm supposed to put is my header tag and then close it like this / this. Then in between the header is where I put my title tag, TITLE, and then close it here. Did I close it? No. I have to put / here. I've closed it. Now after the closing of header tag, I can now put my body tag, UDY, and close the body here, / BODY. Now whatever I'm going to be doing, whatever thing I want it to appear on my website must be in between the opening and closing body tag. In this place now, this work, I'm just suffering myself all alone. I want this particular application to help me run or do one or two things or do my work so it will look very easier. So in that case, let me still leave this one and then open a new file. See the old one, see the new one. Now in this place I have to select the correct syntax for HTML, which will automate my work or help me run my work or do my work in an easier way. First of all, select the correct syntax. Selecting syntax, I have to click on this place, the wrote plain text. Click on it. I have a lot of syntax here: MATLAB, JSON, JavaScript, Java, HTML, Haskell, CSS, C++, C#, a lot of things. Python, plain text, Ruby. What again? Many things. So the syntax I want to select is HTML, and then once I press this less than sign, because I selected the correct syntax here, it will give me instructions or options. I don't want to write abbreviation or acronym or address, applet, article, aside, audio. No. What I want to put is HTML. Once I put HT, everything that has H and T will come. My target is to get this. So if I click on this, or if I press enter or click on this HTML, both the ones I put here, I was able to write here, and the ones I did not write, it will help me write it down automatically. Let's see. Click on this. You see? Because I selected the correct syntax, it's giving me this. Even this, I didn't write this in before. These ones, I didn't write it before. Now it helps me write all of them because I selected the correct syntax. So what it means is, if you're writing HTML, normally these are the things you're supposed to start with. That's the meaning of that's what happens when you select a correct syntax of a particular program you want to start running with, or you want to start writing. Now that I have this, if I put anything here, it will show on this place. Then if I put anything on the body between this place and this place here, whatever I put here will show on the body of my website or web page. Let's see what we can do now. Now let me put the title. The title must be let me say Tetra or first web page. Now Okay, let me save the work. Click on this and then select save as. When I select save as, I want to save it on the desktop. Click on desktop and then let me create a photo so that it can easily be located. So this is what I have here. Let me put this name inside here and press enter 2 times to open and close it. Don't bother about this. Open this by double clicking. Now this is a file name .html. Because I selected the correct syntax here, it has to add the save as type for me automatically. So click save. When I click save, if you minimize this and go to desktop, which is this is a folder I created, and inside it is a file I created, index.html, asking me to open it with Google Chrome. Now if you open this, or let me say I want to open that file I want to open this file directly from my HTML file or HTML interface. What I need to do is just to right click the empty place and then open in browser. When opened in browser, nothing shows up. But remember where I wrote first web page. This first web page is what I wrote on the title tag. Now whatever I want it to appear on this white space being the body of the website, where am I going to write it? Is here. Say I put this and then say welcome to my website. If I save it, Ctrl S or click and then save. If I run it or open it in browser, you see welcome to my website. You see my first web page. You see welcome to my website. So this is in the body, this is on the title. Which means whatever thing I wanted to show on my website or website page is what I will write. Where I will write it is on the body tag, open and closing body tag. Whatever thing I wanted to show on the title is what I will write on the title tag, covering in between the head. So once you start like this, your work has started. Now let me say if I start typing, or let's say I press enter and then let's say I type this is my tutorial today. As you can see, press Ctrl S to save it, or click here and then click on save. If I should open this in my browser, reload, you see that everything is in one line. But here in my HTML Sublime text, it is 2 lines here, which means the editing of this particular work, the way to edit this is not the normal way you edit works in Microsoft Word or other word editing programs. Do you understand? So the way to edit it here is not the same way you edit in other programs. Now if I want it to break just the way it is here, I have to use the correct tag that will make it to break, just like what I wrote here. If I want it to appear the way it is here in my browser, I have to use the correct tag. And the tag I'm going to use, there are a lot of tags I'm supposed to use, but let me just use the first simple tag, which is BR, break. save it, Control S, go to your browser and reload it. Do you see it has broken into 2 lines? I now have 2 lines. Now, I don't want to use this as the means of breaking the line into 2. Let me say, okay, this is the caption. Let me say this is going to be this welcome to my website is going to be the highest header, or the biggest character here. So I have to use the header title, the header tag, which is h1 tag. This is my h1, but it's open and close it for me here, so I don't want to do it that way. Do you understand? So h1, we close it like this, and then come to the end here and close it. If you save it, Control S, and reload it, you go to browser and reload it, you see what I have here is now big and this one is small. So this is how to start writing your first code. Whatever you do in your Sublime Text HTML interface, save it. You can run it as an open in browser, and then you see how it looks like. You keep on building your web page, keep on building your website until you finish it. So the rest of things we're going to be doing today, but first of all, let's take a break. Please stay tuned.